Hey, what's going on, Archons? Welcome to another episode of KeyThoughts. Gotcha, this actually really isn't KeyThoughts. I kind of catfished you right there. This is actually a different video, and it's being done under the guise of KeyThoughts because I want as many people to see it as possible, and this seems to be the episode that gets most views out of all the series I do. But you're going to be glad that you kind of got catfished today, okay? Because one of the reasons why I'm not doing a Key Thoughts this week is because I don't really have much to talk about, and I don't want to ramble for the sake of rambling like I'm doing right now. What I want to do is do something new, which was open up a display of AOA. I recently, as you saw, got a deck that made me go, AOA's got some interesting things. And as I've opened it in the past, I've always run into the same thing where sometimes if I did a would you rather, the decks wouldn't be matched up correctly. So the video that is going to follow, that you'll see just in a couple moments right after this little opening segment, is me opening up a display. And what I decided to do was organize the decks based on house compositions so that there'd hopefully be a little more equality in the matchups. Now here's the fun part. I want you all to get to play some of these against me. So we're going to do like a would you rather, but you get to claim the decks that you would like to choose. So there'll be like A, B, C, D, etc. And you select the pair you like. I'll open them up with you and then kind of do like my usual would you rather layout while we're looking at it together. And then you get to choose which one you would rather play, and I'll play the other, and then we're going to have a game together, and I'm going to record the game and then show that on here on my YouTube. So it's going to be first come, first serve in the comments, writing which deck you like, and hopefully we'll get all those snatched up pretty quick, and this will be something new and exciting. So I hope you like this idea, and let me know what you think of the decks and this concept of pairing AOA based on the house composition to hopefully have a more even matchup, as well as some interesting ones. So select your decks, choose them here. I'm going to basically open all the decks. I did some rambling in this other video that's about to follow because I wasn't sure how I wanted to utilize these 12 decks, and now I figured it out. So maybe some weird cuts, but at the end I will have a picture of all the decks laid out, and you can choose the pairing that you would like if it has not already been taken, and then we'll arrange games from there. So I hope you like this idea, and let me know your thoughts on all this. Hope you enjoy. Hey, what's going on, Archons? As you can see, I got a bunch of AOA in front of me right here. And you know what? I decided to do something a little bit different. I was blessed with an AOA deck recently. It made me think about some things that exist within AOA. And so I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to open up all these decks right now. But we're not going to go through all of them in this video. What the object of this video is to try and actually piece together the AOA decks so that maybe we can figure out some really good would you rather matchups based on houses. And the idea is, I'm not going to scan any of these in, so you won't be able to look up any stats or nothing. But without further ado, let's see what house combinations we have within these, because that's how I'm going to go through this. So first up, we have, you're going to get to know the name and the houses, and I'm going to start organizing on that basis. Alright, so we got Shadows, Brobnar Untamed, with Glowhand, the Distiller of Humanity. Okay. Glowhand, the Distiller of Humanity. And then, next up, we have, alright, Sanctum Shadows Untamed. And this is Barnum Duff Stokes, War Leader. Alright, so we're seeing a Shadows Untamed theme starting to come together. I mean, we can even go with Archon color backings, because I know my guy Vampire Polite Talk is a big fan of the Archon color backings. As am I. But maybe they glean information we don't know. Alright, so we got Mars, Shadows, Logos. So we're getting a Shadows theme within this display so far. Oh, that is Mentor Gilvain's Fairhand, okay? See how I got these so they just go one after the other? It's cute, you know? It's cute. And then we have Colgrima Salon Chefs. I think we're getting Brobnar in this one. We got Mars, Dis, and Brobnar. Alright, so this one's going to go over here because there is a Brobnar association, or the purple backing, depending on how we want to go about this. Alright. And here we have Brobnar Untamed Dis with Dritus, the Cutthroat of the Hunt. Okay, this one's going to go over here as well because we're getting this Brobnar Untamed synergy going on. And this one here is, Mars Untamed Sanctum. And this is Olosrin, Aspenfirth, Charlatan. This one I'm not quite sure where to go. I guess it goes here in this area. So we're starting to see some interesting things emerge here. But will it mean anything, truly? Next up we have Mars Shadows Brobnar with Dryphina, Oxruin Fist. So this one actually goes in this category over here still. So we're starting to see some things emerge, which is nice. This actually has Mars and Shadows, so now this one can actually start going over here. Alright. So a couple more left. This one is Warholt the Petulant. And it's Shadows, Brobnar, Dis. Okay. A lot of good shadows in this, which you kind of want to see with AOA. So far, without looking at the cards, this is looking like an interesting AOA box. Ooh, and then we have Sanctum Shadows Dis with Xander Redlung from the Explorers Forum. That is a great name. Wowzers. This kind of goes in this area here. So we're going to have to look at these in a second more closely. But I'm starting to like how this is coming out. Like a pretty good Shadows box, actually. And then lastly, we have, not a lot of logos. We have Untamed Logos and Shadows for Just Daddy Fountain Architect. Whoa, that's a racy name. Alright, so what do we got? So we got, out of this box, there is only, out of this display, well, I only did 10 out of the 12, because I'm saving 12. One was for the Would You Rather Dark Tidings matchup in the AOA deck 1, so I saved one for that, and then couldn't have an odd number. There's only 3 decks not containing Shadows. I almost do want to open up the last 2. Actually, you know what? I am going to do that, because I'm curious about this box as a whole now. So boom, we got 2 more decks in the mix. We're going to do 12 decks. A full display is rocking this way because I'm just curious now how these came out. So we got here Haze Ulyssia Bog Collector, which has Sanctum Brobnar Mars. Alright. So that's going to go over here. And then the last one is Revanmore the Tillywork Vineyard. And that is Logos Untamed Brobnar. That is a matchup I do not like to see because this means like almost no Ember control. Alright. So here's all the, so the last 2 were not Shadows. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 no Shadows, the rest with Shadows. What do we have in terms of other matchups? So didn't get my favorite matchup for AOA, which is the Sanctum Logos Shadows combination, but we got some good stuff here. So what I'm thinking is these 4, so how I personally view AOA is that the Sanctum and Shadows are going to provide you with the highest rate of Ember control, then Dis, and then it kind of just trickles down from there. So any decks that have Shadows and Sanctum, for example, these need to be put together. So we got 2 Shadows and Sanctum. Now, what else do we have that makes sense? So there's a lot of Shadows, which is nice. But the non-Shadows decks, this is where things get a little bit more iffy. So, I think that Oh, I don't even know how to go about these. I feel that these two must be matched up here. These are a pair. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing at this point. And then we got these two here. Okay, so we got, you know what, we're going to pair these up because they have the sanctums. So, and then we got the Untamed logo shadows. Okay, and then we got these two here. So there's going to be a method to this madness before everything's out. Alright, we're going to go like this over here. And then we're going to go through these two together because they got pairings. Alright, so as of right now, this is how things are shaping up for how these are going to be revealed together. Now here's the question, folks. Let me get this more centered for you. Alright, so here's the question. These are a pair, these are a pair, these are a pair, these are a pair, these are a pair. So these are would you rathers because we can actually pair them based on houses, and it could be a little bit more of a fair, even match. Although this one does seem a little bit better than some of the others. Is there a better way to flip those around? I don't think so, actually. This does seem right. This is kind of, I did it on a whim. I really wanted to crack a box of AOA because like I said, I got a fun deck. It made me realize that AOA, when you just go randomly, sometimes is not always the best for certain things. I will definitely have some stuff there to dictate what these decks designations are. Here are the decks. Let me know. And as always, folks, may your ember never be stolen and your keys forged promptly. Have a good one.